This is the Not Your Normal Podcast. Subscribe now.
Yo, ladies and gentlemen, you're welcome back to the Not Your Normal Podcast series. I am glad to introduce to you the season 3. I told you we're going to be back and we're going to be back late. I told you I was going to bring somebody back. My guy literally flew from Lagos here just for this podcast, like, just for the love of the podcast.
It is what it is.
Can you imagine? And for those of you who are listening for the first time, this is Lexi from the dlexeffect. How are you doing, bro? It's been a minute.
Man, I'm good. And thanks for having me on the show once again. The last time we did this, it was via a webinar. So
it was via Zoom.
Like. Yeah. But it was so good, and it's like a lot of people actually benefited from it. I felt this time it would be better if I actually came over. So in
person, he's here to inspire, to make you guys grow, to make you guys understand. Which brings me to the topic of today. The topic of today is, it's a topic that people don't want to hear, but anyway, you guys will hear it. You have not made it when you think you have made it. That's the topic today, and I'm just going to throw it to you. If someone tells you you have not made it when you think you've made it, like, what does it mean? How does it?
So if we're being honest, so it's something that people tend to shy away from, because you feel you might have reached a certain level or certain career goal, and you're comfortable, you're getting the bread. You feel you're a top dog, but if you actually take a moment or two, actually think about it and do some research to find others that are particularly doing what you're doing, you might see that you still have a long way to go. So one of the things I always tell people, or that I do myself, is to be able to learn and unlearn. Learn, unlearn, relearn, because life is constantly evolving. The way you do things today would rapidly change from when you're doing them tomorrow. And if you're comfortable in your space, you wouldn't even know that things are changing. Definitely, you should be able to, be confident enough to be able to relearn things all over again. Everyone brings something new to the table. So the ability for you to actually calm down, take a minute or two, drop all pride aside, be willing to do more research, read more, and learn new things. It's gold. It's gold.
I like that point, because it's very easy to, let me just use myself for example. Obviously, when we're starting out with design, trying to understand videography, you do something within your own space and you think, wow, it's mad. Maybe one or two guys tell you, it's mad, it's this, but and then next minute you go on Instagram and you see someone do something like, and you're like, what am I doing? Is that you question yourself if this career is really for you or something?
It's the pressure can be alarming, but the good thing is you knowing your own capacity, and as far as you always have that hunger, that drive, you can always relearn, improving your skills, find better ways to handle situations like that.
And I think that actually would just connect with being humble.
In a large way, yes.
Just being humble.
In a large way, yes.
Whatever it is you're doing.
But now, you being humble now doesn't necessarily mean you downgrading yourself.
No.
Because you've definitely put in some amount of work.
Exactly.
So, being humble, being hungry.
For more.
Being hungry for more.
Yes.
For to improve your crafts, to get better at it. You can always get better. You can always get better, So that hunger
is room for improvement.
There's room for improvement.
I like that point. So I know you have a lot of points written down, but we've tried to summarize it, because guys, if me and Lexi sit down here today,
it's going to we can go all day.
We might need to just change it to a live session.
We can go all day. All day.
Based on the points, I just want you to, we've summarized the points down a bit. So the first point obviously is be ready to learn and unlearn. Right? And jot that down, guys. Jot this point down. You're not going to hear this anywhere. Just letting you know.
Copyright.
So moving to the next point, what would you putting out to the audience now?
I think the next thing that I would advise, and this advice I'm giving are things that I've actually done myself and I'm still doing, so I know it actually works to a certain magnitude.
Yeah.
Do you understand? Is to, in whatever magnitude you are, trying to do some form of collaboration.
Yeah.
Now, why I say this is, when you're collaborating with others on different projects, you get to understand the different ways people handle things. Yeah, so this will be beneficial for you and them. You understand? So I know sometimes getting collaboration might be really difficult. Like even me, I'm struggling with it because I see hit up some popular Nigerian YouTubers, you know, especially those in the tech space. I'm like, hi, I also do tech reviews, like us to do, and you just, that message will not get no reply. They will air the life out of it, you know. But you know, it's not going to stop me.
Yeah.
I've also done some collaborations with those within like my niche and you know, at least the same amount of following and those like that. You know, even what we are doing now is a form of collaboration.
Yeah.
You understand? So I'll be always ready to look out for those sort of collaboration that will be beneficial for you. You know, and it's all part of the learning process. It's all part of it. You know, so if you think you've made it, you might not even want to look out for this. Anybody that hits you up, you just be like, nah, this guy is way below me, or nah, I'm way better than this guy. But even as much as you're better than that guy, so long as this person has people that listen to him, and I'm sure if you check the person's followers or subscribers, there will be people there that don't actually listen to you. So there's always, you know, something to gain from it. There's always something to gain from it. You know, so collaborations. I think that's the second.
I actually would push for collaborations a lot. I've had people message me, just say, hey, in case you're doing this and you need help, just let me know. You know, and those type of things, I don't look down those type of things. I actually see it as an opportunity, because I realized that there were some things I didn't even know.
Recently, started doing some collaborations with people.
Like 2 months ago, I was doing some editing with somebody, and then he just told me, oh, that he used to do this. And I'm like, wait, what? I was like, all this while I've been doing,
you've been killing yourself.
I've been doing God knows what to get to here, and then you just did this. And he was like, yeah, that. And so it's not even just opening room for learning and everything, but it's opening room for networking. So you are building your own network. You're building people that tomorrow you could need help somewhere, and they would be willing to help because of how your first, you know, activity with them went or something like that. So really, collaborations, I would really put and say, you know what, you should do it. It doesn't have to always be putting a price tag on it every single job.
So you know, the funny thing is that even this collaboration, a lot of people they make the mistake of thinking it's probably just videos or probably just content creator. So like professionally, I'm a product designer, a UI UX specialist, a strategy consultant. So within my line of work, you know, I also tend to collaborate with lots of engineers, product managers, clients, and it all boils down to the same thing. If you're not in the habit of accepting or, you know, open to at least find out what some of these collaborations might hold for you, you might end up losing a lot of potential clients and, you know, having not really good relationship with your engineers that you work with. So it's a very, very vital part.
I like that point. I hope you guys are writing these points down, because we will not repeat this.
Nope.
We will not repeat this.
Nope.
The next time you're going to see Lex is actually, you know, I'm not going to say it, but you guys will see our next video coming. Oh my God, I'm about to shock you guys. We will shock you guys, because you guys never expected this, but you know what? It's coming.
It is coming. You know.
Oh my God.
You know. So that being said, there's one other thing I'd like to talk about, and in as much as you're looking for collaboration, you should be open to giving back. So I'll think that's like a third point.
That's
giving back to
society.
So I'll speak about my my 9 to 5 daily profession. You know, we're like Batman. During the day we're product designers. At night we're YouTubers. So, you know, you get to meet a lot of people asking you, hey, can we learn this? How do you do this? How do we get started in this? You know, and currently I'm also training some set of people with literally started with zero skills in product design. You know, and this I'm doing it free. Definitely, it won't be free forever.
Yeah, but at least
you know that to an extent you've given back. You've tried to help. You know, if someone pops into my DM, say, okay, I saw this in your video, so how did you do it?
Yeah, you should be able to.
Yes, I'm open to, because I have actually met a lot of people. You ask them, how do you do this thing? They'll be like,
they don't want to give you the secret.
I'm like, bruv, you are not giving birth with this. You obviously saw it somewhere.
Yeah.
Or someone
You learned it, yeah.
You understand? So, you giving out information is not going to take anything from your craft. It's not going, and the things that your name even gets passed around, yeah. Because okay, how do you learn? Oh, I learned from dlexeffect. Oh, I learned from Bobby. You know. So these are things that are very important. They might seem little, but they are very beneficial.
I actually, somebody said that to me one time. I think we were back in uni, and I remember I had someone always asking to teach something, teach this, and I didn't know how I felt about it. So I asked someone, and I was like, "Hey, what do you think about this? This person is saying this, but like, I feel this kind of way, like, oh, if I say this to you, or if I show you how to do this, what's probability you're going to go out there and say, oh, I'm
the one that,
you understand, take the glory. And so she told me, she just said, you know, this life, you learned it from someone else.
Definitely.
So the person you learned it from, sometimes you don't even remember to even say the person's name, but deep down you know that this is where, if you were to sit down and say it, you know that this is where
this is the origin.
Yeah. So think about how that family tree is growing.
Yeah.
So if you decide to say no, you're not going to show this person, you want to cut it off because you feel, you know, you've worked hard to get. At the end of the day, it's only going to be, as in, you're going to be an island.
And the tree is just going to end with you.
Yeah, with you. Nobody is going to say, oh wow, this guy person really inspired me. She said, whatever it is, just do your part. Let the rest do what. If they go ahead to say, oh, they did this by themselves, eventually, one day, you know, the truth is always going to come out.
It will definitely come out.
It will come out because one day something's going to happen.
Definitely come out.
So no matter what it is, just do your part, the little you can do, and let the rest play out. Don't see the need to. And since then, my mindset changed. So people message me now and say, "Oh," I'm like, "Yeah, you can do this." Some people, I want to do internship with you, and I'm like, "Oh my god,
can I do
like
this?
I don't even know if I can, if I have the capability to help you or give you." But I'm still open to say, "Yeah, I'm doing this shoot. Come around,
learn a few things,
see if it's
get
something,
some practical experience."
Honestly, and for me, deep within me, I feel happy that, you know, I'm inspiring someone else.
You're actually giving back. That's a way of giving back, because in one way or the other, like, this is our livelihood. Do you understand? In as much as we enjoy what we're doing, it also in some ways is what is keeping the lights on. And so you passing that knowledge to another person, indirectly you're putting bread on their table. Also, you know, and nobody ever forgets where their bread comes from. You always remember. You always remember. Your boss is paying you salary, even if you don't think about him or her throughout the month. That's payday. You remember your money. God bless my Oga, so he can.
I'm telling you, increase my salary.
So, so that's just how it works. That's just how it works, basically. You know. So we've spoken about like 3 points. 3 points.
We've done 3 points.
3 points.
Done 3 points.
I think I just have one more.
Okay.
So yes, this part I want to talk about is it varies based on individual.
Okay.
Because it has to do with standards. So it would be not to compromise your standards. You might feel you've made it. You're big. When you're big, are big.
Yeah.
DJ Big N, we are giving you free advert. When you're big, are big, you know.
Yeah.
So you feel you've made it, and normally if a client also was to, let's say in photography, was to do a photo shoot for you, you would normally come with maybe 2 lamps, speed lamp, come with an assistant, you know, different lens, just to get the best possible angle. But now you're a big shot.
You don't see the need to carry those things.
Anything I give them, they will take. You know, life is like a parabola. You're not always going to remain at Mount Rushmore.
Yeah, you definitely have.
And at some point, you will start declining, because even as times are changing, concepts will also change.
Is changing.
No matter how hard you try to keep up, you will see you gradually decline at the end of the day. But now, if your standards are set and you keep your standards, you don't compromise your standards, your people will always find you. They'll always be loyal to you.
Yeah.
Do you understand? Your people will definitely find, be like, okay, if I call this artist or this, he would show up.
Yeah.
If I give Lexi my product to design, he will give me 100. If I give Bobby my company to brand, he will give you 100. You know, regardless of what it is. You know, working with people can be really difficult, you know. But once everyone knows your style of work and how much you value your standards, you know, definitely people are going to come back to you. Using that, you also keep growing. You're not going to remain stagnant because each time they're coming with a different idea, a different concept. So it will also be pushing you. So you're doing it for yourself. You're doing it for yourself.
I agree.
You owe it to yourself to have a certain standard. You know, there are some YouTubers like MKBHD. They shoot in 8K res, high res. I can't try that.
We can't try that.
We can't try that. It's not that now we don't want that kind of style. We've not gotten there. But even if you're shooting at 720p, try and if you know that's the capacity you can handle for that time, don't look at it now like probably when you have like maybe a shoot with someone that you feel like this guy now dead. You're not be shooting like 4 something
480 or 360.
Yeah, 360. Yeah, and then your character will be glitching. So you know you have to
keep that standard.
Keep that standard.
You know, this brings me to an example because just today, this morning, so I'm in this group brand for a company. They're branding. It's a company, and you know, one of the designers or one of the website designers, you know, was trying to get like the typography, the color codes for the website so he can
start implementing.
Yeah, so and someone else in the group just said, you know, he asked for it, and someone else in the group was like, you know, just take the logo, pick the color from the logo, and I immediately commented. Normally I wouldn't. I don't always chat, but I just read, except something is being asked of me. So immediately I pitched in a chat. I was like, no, hold on, I will send you a brand guide. That has everything you need. Everything. Because at the end of the day, one day that brand is going to grow to become something. And tomorrow,
they will ask who did
this, you know, and when they say, oh, where's your brand guy? And there's no and they're like, who is the designer? And you know, everything falls back to you. And it's like, wow, bro, you know.
That's the worst.
That's, you know, I mean.
That's the worst part.
Someone looking to actually hire a service at that point would actually think twice because it's like, no, they don't provide exits. You need somebody who knows what he's doing.
Something really upset me when I was getting my vaccine and all. The car.
Wait, you've gotten the vaccine?
Yeah, I've gotten the vaccine. Full 2 jabs.
Full dose?
Yeah, I'm good.
Oh, wow.
So, I noticed the green card. You know, the one they're giving, the card for your vaccine in Nigeria.
Yeah.
So, when I went for my second dose, I saw they were like different colors of green.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, like you see leaf green, light green, bottle green. I'm like, who is this designer? That was the first thing that came to my mind. I was like, who designed this? Like, because obviously what it shows is that like when they went to print, they also print that green.
Yeah.
No standard.
There was no like, oh, we want you to stick with this.
With this hex code or, you know, this RGB number. There was nothing. So
I know it's damaging if that was if this was a private company. This is where copyright comes in because then
you don't have any copyright.
You do not have any because somebody can say, okay,
this is yours. This is also yours. Which is it?
That's not good.
Standards. You need to
set those standards.
And the only way you can maintain the standards if you believe you've made it when you've you've not made it and now you're feeling that you're everywhere.
Yeah, everywhere, yeah.
So, you know, how do you actually now measure when you've actually made it? So, first, you should just get that out of your mind. Stop like hustling to, I've made it. And just keep grinding. Keep on the grind. Because trust me, I know that people always see improvements.
Yeah.
The first video I shot last year.
The
video I shot last year. Let's not do me a favor. Do not go to my YouTube.
In fact, do not look at season 1 or season 2 of this podcast. Yeah. Just stick with it. If you want to listen to it, just go on the audio platform.
Yeah, just go on the audio. Because you will see mad things. You see mad things. I was shooting with different madness. You know, but that just shows growth. I knew I had a standard I was going for. I'm not even there yet.
Yeah.
But with each new video, each new podcast,
there's an improvement.
There's an improvement. And that's just the important thing.
Yeah. I would chip in this last example. So when I was learning how to fly a drone, this was 2018. When we were flying, we were at a lake. So somebody just walked out of a car and then approached us. I didn't know this person, and the person just walked, and he was like, he introduced himself, he's captain. First of all, it was military that came to my head, but no, he brought out his ID card. He was a licensed pilot. He's a licensed pilot in Nigeria, so he flies private jets, commercial. So he said, oh no, he sees this drone and he likes it. You know, he was asking questions, and we're like, oh, I was trying to learn. And so he's trying to get something for his son, you know, and just like that, we started having conversations. And he made this conversation like you've not made it when you think you've made it. You know, he just taught us, he said, you guys are learning this. Do not think that when you're able to fly this thing well, you are a professional. Don't get carried away. At all. You won't compare yourself to military drone fighters. Do not feel that, oh, you anything, you are. No. Still have it in mind that there's still much more to learn. And honestly, I never, you know, look down on that speech, because today now we have FPV drones, we have different drones, and now I'm looking to buy controllers an FPV, and I'm just like, there's really a lot to learn, because every day you go, you see, oh, there's this new drone move, you can try this. So if I had stuck with, oh, that's what I learned 2018, maybe I wouldn't even be flying a drone by now, because your drone would probably be in one ocean. I would have crashed. Be in Jabi Lake. I'm telling you, you would have been there by now, because I would have taken that mindset and I wouldn't have gone anywhere. But being able to just say, okay, you know what? Thank you for saying this. I want to keep learning. I want to, no matter what the video says or whatever someone is saying, just listen. There's always one line you can take out of it.
Yeah, even if you've heard everything the person has to say, there will be one thing that person will give you that you take home.
Even in this video, one thing that you can take home.
Just pick one.
Just one thing.
You don't need to pick the 4. I'll advise you to.
You should pick the 4.
But
personally, I think you should pick the 4. But
even if it's one thing you can take out from this video, that would be good enough.
I know. So basically, before we started this podcast, we said, you know what? Let's time ourselves. We need to put. So we have a timer running. Both of us are looking at the timer.
We're looking at it concurrently, because this can go on.
And thank God we've been able to chip in everything into the time we were hoping to do. And, you know, we're closing this podcast. And I know you guys will say, who is the next guest? But you know what?
Till the next episode,
that would be, you know, you people's problem. For now, I've given you guys Lexi from the Lex Effect. Who knows? Maybe he'll be back again in another episode. We never know.
But this time you fly me in.
Well, I've been, you know, trying to make him to move here. I don't know why he likes Lagos.
Last giddy.
I don't know. But anyway, guys, I just want to say thank you guys for listening. If you're new, please subscribe. I'll be leaving Lexi's link in the description. You can visit his page. There are a lot of things you can learn from him. Honestly, there are things that sometimes he gives some videos and he's like, oh wow, I didn't know this app could do this. You know, if you think you're using an iPhone and you think you know what the things your iPhone can do,
you do not.
I think you need to go and watch Lexi's video.
You did not.
Without further ado, I want to say thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for listening. Do not forget to subscribe. Subscribe to Lexi too. Do not, you know, go there and just watch without subscribing.
Subscribe at dlexeffect. Yes. It's on YouTube, and also follow me on Instagram if you want to talk.
Link in the bio.
So, but I'd like to thank you first for having me on this podcast. I appreciate the time we spent together. You know, it's just amazing when brilliant minds can come together and do things. Yes. So thank you very much for having me.
I really do appreciate your time. Thank you for flying in.
Anytime.
Hopefully you fly back safe.
Yes.
And we talk again.
All right.
Once again, this is Not Your Normal Podcast, and this is the first episode of season 3. See you guys in episode 2. Peace.